instead of me turning around and keep showing you that and giving you a lecture on how fitness is related to the Rubik's Cube, I'm going to turn around and give you a challenge. This challenge is the Rubik's Cube challenge. I'm going to challenge you to go out, spend anywhere between $8 to $10 on a Rubik's Cube, and work with me in learning how to solve it. Hi, this is Julien, licensed PE teacher, licensed personal trainer, and world record powerlifter, helping you be the best you by using mindset, encouragement, accountability, and nutrition. Now, today I know, here we go again, right? I've done 2 videos in the past already on aligning fitness with the Rubik's Cube. Believe it or not, I really do screen most of my clients with this Rubik's Cube, because the first question I usually ask them is, do you believe I can teach you how to solve this in 2 weeks? If they usually tell me no, I'm not going to train them, because of the simple fact that they don't believe in themselves enough to do something, I'm not going to say it's simple, but to do something as fulfilling as learning how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And the reason why I use the Rubik's Cube is because the Rubik's Cube, while it looks complicated, it has very simple steps in how to solve it. And believe it or not, fitness is the same exact way. A lot of people think that fitness is a super uber complicated, megaton math problem that you got to turn around and solve in order for you to be in the best shape possible. Yes, some people are gifted enough to be able to solve this in under a minute, in under 30 seconds in some cases, but the truth is that no matter who you are, you have to be able to do the work necessary in order to solve it. So instead of me turning around and keep showing you that and giving you a lecture on how fitness is related to the Rubik's Cube, I'm going to turn around and give you a challenge. This challenge is the Rubik's Cube challenge. I'm going to challenge you to go out, spend anywhere between $8 to $10 on a Rubik's Cube, and work with me in learning how to solve it. And this is going out to anybody who is not in the best shape possible. Those of you who think that you need to up your game in your health and your fitness, I want you to turn around and take this challenge with me. And the reason why I want you to take this challenge is because, like I told you before, if you can do this, you can do anything. There's nothing in the world that you can't do, because you can solve this. You are better than 94% of the population in the world. Not just in the United States of America where I reside, but in the world. 5.8% of the world's population can solve a Rubik's Cube, according to RubiksCube.com. All right? So, without further ado, I'm going to turn around and begin this lesson. Now, when this video fades from black back into view again, I'm going to be on the other side of the camera with my hands exposed to show you the cube. All right? So you're going to hear my voice and you're going to hear everything that I'm saying to you, but you're not going to see me for that video. All right? Get ready. All right, guys. So with the cube, what you have to understand is that when you're dealing with the cube, you have to orient yourself. And like with the cube, fitness, you have to orient yourself as well. So with that being said, what you're dealing with is you have a 6-sided cube, 1, 2, 3, right? Whoops, 4, 5, 6, right? So, and you have 9 cubes on each side. And the best way to do this is the way that I learned is to orient yourself on the cube. Make sure that one side stays that one side no matter what you do, right? So you could choose any side you want, but for me, I prefer to use the white side as my bottom and my yellow side as my top, all right? So because I like to do that, I'm gonna turn around and keep it there. So what I wanna do is, we're gonna fade to black and we're gonna come back, and this cube is gonna be scrambled, all right? Okay, we're back. So now that it's all scrambled, what you have to know is your orientation of the cube, right? So the orientation of the cube is simple. You have edges, you have corners, you you have edges and you have your center. On every side, it's the same thing, right? And your center and your edges, right? So every side has it. So what you have to do is start orienting yourself on the cube to where you can always know where you're gonna go with things. So this is your front. If you're gonna keep this in this position, this is your front, this is your left, this is your right, this is your top, and this is your back. Believe it or not, you're never going to turn the bottom when you solve a Rubik's Cube. Now, the trick is, the first thing that we're gonna do is not really a trick. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna find all of our white edge pieces. So that means any pieces that sit in these 4 pieces right here is where we're gonna look for white pieces. They could be anywhere on the cube at this point. So we're gonna search. First thing I like to do is search the sides that face you, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna constantly turn looking for edges where they go. So first, we don't see any here. We see 1 here, so keep that in mind. And then we see 2 here. So there's 3, and so that means there's 1 missing. So where I like to look first is at the top, and there it is, all right? So we found all 4 of our edge pieces. They could be anywhere. So if you don't see them anywhere obviously if you don't see them here, 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 or here, they're obviously on the bottom, right? But right now we found all 4 of them. So there's 1 here, there's 2 here, there's 3 here, and there's 4 here. So now, one of the things that when I show people how to do this, the first step is that make sure all your white pieces is in the horizontal plane. You cannot solve for the daisy if they're vertical, all right? So first things first, so obviously we have 1 here, and we also have a white occupying that space. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the top out of the way. So by moving the top out of the way and finding an open space, if you notice here and here it's open, so now all you have to do is turn it up, and now you have accomplished your open space. Next, since we have it in vertical positions, all you have to do is make sure that the vertical position has an open space. If that vertical position has an open space, all you have to do is turn the side to make it vertical. If you see that, let's say it was like this, how you see how now it's vertical, but also there's an edge piece blocking, you cannot solve it from here. Because if I do that, guess what? I just took away what I just did. So therefore, I need to move the top again to an open space and then turn it horizontal. Once I turn it horizontal, now I see that there's an open space here. Turn it and it's open. Now, last but not least, we're gonna find our last piece, which is right here. And if we look, we see that this is an open space here. And because we see that it's an open space here, all we gotta do is, again, turn it up. So now you have your daisy, all right? So now that you have your daisy, the next step is to simply make your white cross. Now how do you make a white cross? It's simple. It's simple because what we have to do now is align. You see how this is a white edge? It has another color corresponding with it. The color is orange, right? Ironically, this orange piece is aligned properly with its center. The center is orange, so therefore, since that center is orange, all we have to do now is turn it upside down. Now we're gonna do that for every side. So this is blue, blue is on blue, it's the edge, turn it upside down, right? That's green, but that's red, so this is a red center, so that doesn't match. So we have to find the right color that goes along with it. Here we go, it lines up now, turn it upside down. Last but not least, we're finding the red, and obviously, so here's the cool part. Since this is orange on this side, all we have to do is turn this all the way back to the back, and you'll find out that red is on the opposite side of orange. We'll get into that later. So now, turn that upside down, and look at that, you have your white cross. Congratulations, guys, you have solved the first portion of solving a Rubik's Cube. I will show you the next video, and we will begin from there. Have a nice day. Be the best you.